My period horror story. It all started when I was in school and I kind of felt like I didn't know if I started my period or not, but I decided to ask my teacher if I could go use the bathroom, and I started my period, but it was really heavy. Like, it was unbearably heavy. And so I have a fear of public bathrooms. I wanted to just get out of school. I just did not want to be there. So I took my bag right when I walked into the class. I just took my bag and left. Like, nobody even blinked. I walked down to the gas station because I know that gas station I was going to has a door that actually like locks and you can't look through it. So I felt safe in that bathroom. I cleaned myself up, did everything I could. It took like a half hour. And so I decided to buy some snacks because I was thinking the cashier might have thought, like, what is that girl doing in the bathroom for so long? So I bought some like really unhealthy snacks. I walked down to the river to go eat them. But as I was walking out of the gas station, a man like grabbed my hand as like I was walking out, he was walking in. He grabbed my hand as I was opening the door. He was like, "Oh, it's okay, I got it." But this man was like 40 or something, and he did not look appealing at all. He looked like the scariest man like I've ever faced, and I was like, okay. And I started walking around the gas station to go down to the river. And this man, instead of going in the gas station, he takes one step in there and walks right back to his vehicle, like he just dropped everything that he was gonna do. I started walking down to the river, and this man in this white van is following me. And he's going pretty damn slow. And so I was getting creeped out, and I was texting my dad, "Hey Dad, can you come pick me up? I started my period." I sat there, and this man like drives right to the river that I was at, and he just is sitting in his van just looking straight at me, and I'm just trying to like nonchalantly eat my food. Tried to make it look like I didn't even realize this guy was looking at me. So I started walking away, thinking maybe if I walk back to my school, he won't be over there. Well, I started walking back there, and he started following me, and I was bleeding. Like, I was bleeding everywhere. I didn't have any necessities with me, so I was just free bleeding. It was bad. I'm wearing black leggings so you could really see it, and it was hot outside. I didn't want to take my sweatshirt off because I was wearing just a bra under it. I didn't see the man, so I was like, whew, maybe he's gone. Well, no, he wasn't. So I was texting my dad, like, "Dad, where are you?" My dad didn't even really know where he was. He's like, "I'm at the park." Because he doesn't like picking me up at the school. He likes parking like a little bit of ways because he doesn't like facing teachers or anything. And he knew I was skipping, so like if somebody was looking for me, it would be kind of bad for me to just leave with my dad in the school parking lot. So I was skipping. This man was still following me, and I was like sweating, like trying to find my dad and freaking out, like, where's my dad? And my phone is dying. And then my dad decides to stop replying to me because he got pissed off thinking that I was goofing off. And so I called my sister, and I was like, "You better text Dad or call him and tell him that there is a man following me and that I am bleeding everywhere and I cannot help myself. He needs to tell me where he's at." So she stayed on the phone with me, and I was running all over the place. I ran on the railroad tracks where these fast trains were passing, but I risked it and just hopped over the railroad track, and this man goes, I'm not even kidding, he went the whole way around over the railroad tracks over by my school just to go to where I was. I started freaking out, running here, running there. The whole time I was passing my dad. He didn't even realize I was running. He thought I was somebody else. But I found my dad, and I got in the vehicle, and I was like hyperventilating, like, and my dad was like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I was like, there was a man following me everywhere that I went, and nobody even asked if I was okay. I guess the like end of the story is okay. He was pissed off that I was like goofing off or whatever. But then he was like, "Well, if I see that guy, I'm gonna beat his ass." And I was like, "Yeah, Dad," even though he probably wouldn't. But I went home, and I I was in such a panic. I didn't even realize I had bled down to my knees, covered everywhere in blood. It was one of the scariest like period stories that I've ever had to experience. But that was my period horror story. If you have any similar stories or like any stories, period horror stories you wanna leave down below in the comments, like this video and subscribe. Bye.